Welcome, sports bettors from around the world.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back, Sports Gambling Daily, the podcast. It's Friday. Was it March 6th? Almost said February. What's up, Philly?
How are you? Good morning, man.
Good morning, man. What a night last night.
Yeah, I was fire again. It really
Yeah,
was. A
really
lot of fun, a lot
was.
of interaction. Yep.
Yeah. So the private group was insane yesterday, and the private group, or as far as our premium plays go, I think we only lost as far as the pregame bets, like one bet. What was that? Zubiak.
Yeah, Zubac. Yeah, he went
Zubac.
over.
What do we have? Under 6.5 rebounds, and he had like 17 by the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, he had like 5 in the first 4 minutes, I think. It was really crazy.
Yeah, that bastard. But other than that, everything else hit. We had Clippers money line. We had Clippers +1. We had Clippers first half, Clippers first quarter. Basically Clippers all day long.
Yes, that's true. And then let's see, prop wise, Horford over 7.5 rebounds. I'm trying to remember what some of them were now.
Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris over
Montrezl
20.5
Harrell.
points. Montrezl Harrell over 6.5 rebounds. Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was a couple of others. Guys, the private group's amazing. The private group's free. Get in there, man. Links in the description. Now, our premium plays aren't free, but hey, they might as well be free. They're only $30 a month. So come on in. Have fun. Hey, in the private group, or in the private group, there's this voice chat in there. There was like 40 people in there, like an hour before game time, breaking down the game. I jumped in there a little later on the night. It was awesome. So then, I ended up giving out Raptors first quarter -2.5.
Yeah.
It was a game I actually really liked before, but I was doing a little more research all the way up until the game time, so we all jumped on it. Boom. I think they won the first quarter by 5. And let's talk about that game real quick. So Stephen Curry came back, looked pretty bad in the first quarter. At least they looked rusty in the first quarter. But man, then he started really starting to hit his shots, and it looks scary. He's almost like the old Golden State's back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you care about Stephen Curry when you have Damian Lee out there. That guy's amazing. No, but I mean, that was kind of funny because it's almost like they forgot for a moment that Curry was out there, because there was a couple situations where they were swinging the ball and he was like wide open. And they didn't throw it to him; they threw it to Damian Lee, and he's like breaking threes. it was actually kind of funny. They're like, I guess they forgot he was out there.
Yeah, but then once they got Curry the ball, splash, all over the court.
Yeah, they're going to be dangerous, man. I mean, it kind of reminds me, not that it was done purposely or anything like that. It's not like they tried to get hurt and tank, but, to come off these unbelievable consecutive years of just amazing success and championships, They have a down season. They're able to sort of find diamonds in the rough with Pascal and just play these different guys that giving them some chances. And then they're going to get a pick in the lottery. Yeah. And then the other guys, it reminds me of San Antonio, like when they had all those years of Robinson, and then winning and going to, and then they get Tim Duncan because they had a bad year.
Yeah,
it's like what? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is a great, like, their front office. So they were able. They saw they had the vision, right? They had the vision of, all right, well, Clay's hurt. Obviously they didn't know Curry was going to get hurt, but then KD left. They're like, yeah, man, once Curry got hurt, I think they're like, let's just take the year off and. We can regroup, let all our young people play, gain experience. Really smart, man, and because they're going to come back and be one of the better teams in the league next year. And between them, the Lakers, and the Clippers, I mean, that's one. Just those 3 California teams. That's going to be must-see TV next year. So I'm very interested, and I'm very excited for the future of basketball. I don't understand why the ratings are down because. Man, I feel like this season's been so good considering the fact that all the recent previous years, it's pretty much been Golden State or bust. At least this year, you don't really know who's going to win the championship. It could be the Bucks. Hell, it could even be the Rockets. Most likely not, but it could be. But it's more wide open this year than it's ever been in the most recent history. So I don't know why the ratings are down this year.
I think the Rockets have as good a chance of winning the title this year as you do of hitting an open 3 in the NBA.
Oh, man, I could hit one.
No, you could, but you won't, and neither will the Rockets.
Man, that's why they don't put me on there, because they know, man. They know I'm a Sniper.
That was proven. That was proven last night. The Rockets have no shot. I mean, that was.
Yeah. Okay. Great point. So we're all over the Clippers, and I was telling the boys behind the scenes, I was like, guys, and I think I even wrote it up in the premium play section. The Clippers are the worst matchup for the Rockets, hands down. Now, I know I was talking about Rockets yesterday on the podcast, and I actually talked to Philly about it because I was like, shit, I hope no one really believed me because I was just being facetious on the Rockets, and I probably didn't come off that way. But the thing is the Clippers, they can go small with you, or they can go big with you. They're literally, in my opinion, the most versatile team. They can match up with anybody. I think as far as the Rockets go, the teams that will give them the most trouble will be the Clippers. I think the Bucks can give them some trouble, and I also think the Raptors could possibly give them some trouble. So if somehow the Rockets can get around the Clippers, they might actually could go to the finals.
Yeah, sure. We can believe that. Absolutely.
Anyway, speaking of that game, man, they really didn't have a chance.
No, they didn't. It was over before it started.
It really was.
Sorry, it's nice to get a no sweat bet in once in a while. You know, you don't have to worry about anything.
Except for that one, we had no sweat like 5 bets. It felt like in that one because we had Harrell, and then we had we had basically the Clippers trifecta. So
true. Well, if you want to sweat, just take Miles Bridges over 15.5 points, and you'll get a sweat.
Good Lord. What's up with Denver, man? Denver has been struggling to do anything. They have zero killer instinct. They almost lost to the Hornets. Now, the Hornets have been playing a lot better as of late.
They have?
And
yes,
it's been very, very sneaky, this team, because nobody talks about them. They actually they blew an 18-point lead versus the Spurs 3 nights ago. Man, they ended up losing that game, which was a travesty for them. But now they almost pulled this upside off with Denver. That's some of the thing you got to watch for. Hornets are actually trying to screw up some teams here.
Yeah, they have some good young talent. They really do. I think they're a team to look out for in the future. Obviously Graham can play. Rozier's been pretty good. PJ Washington's starting to really get into his rhythm. Guys draining threes all over the place, and they're a young team, and I think they're just trying to figure out. And they got a coach that I think has a chance to be pretty good. His dad was a good coach in the league, and it's a team to watch out for. There's a couple of those teams in the league. The Pelicans are another one up and coming. You got to look out for, and it's good for the NBA because there's parity in it, man. And and sooner or later, it's nice to not know exactly who's going to be in the finals year after year. I kind of like that.
I agree, man. We got baseball right around the corner. Yesterday we had the Pirates plus 1.5, though. We get one by the hook.
Spring training baseball.
What's that?
Spring training. That's actually spring training baseball. I mean, I know it sounds somewhat degenerate to bet on that stuff, but like when you get the plus 1.5 line, especially when a lot of them end in a tie, it's pretty advantageous because it's not something you get during the regular season.
Yeah, and not to mention is so look at it like this. The first couple innings, yes, some of the better players play. So, like the Yankees or the Astros or the Dodgers or, the Phillies, for that matter, might have an advantage over a team like Pittsburgh. But once they clear out those benches and they start putting in all their prospects, you'd be surprised. A lot of times the worst teams have a better farm system or at least better players on the back end of the game. So, therefore, all of a sudden now, the game really shifts towards what is viewed as the worst team. So you can actually get a lot of good spots there. As long as you can get past the first couple innings, you might, you have a better chance, in my opinion. So, and it's worked for me all, for years doing that. So,
it's a pretty cool system.
Yeah, you just basically what you do is you look at the teams that made the playoffs last year. And you have to, and you fade those teams on the plus 1.5 line when that team's at home. So, because what does the books look for? They look for the better team. They look for the home field advantage. The home field, they're all neutral fields technically, but the home field advantage. So they that shifts the line a little more to their favor. And then you just got to basically fade the first couple innings, and then you're pretty much right there. So in value. So
agreed.
And then the fact that you don't actually have to win the game, you can lose by 1, or you can tie. You know, it's a long-term winner.
Mm-hmm.
We got any interesting matchups today? Let's see. The Bucks and Lakers are playing today.
Yeah, that was the one, or Pelicans matchup. I'm kind of intrigued by that team always, but yeah, the Bucks Lakers obviously is a pretty high profile potential finals matchup, maybe.
So Lakers -2. Man,
where's the game? That's in Milwaukee.
It's in LA.
It's in LA. Wow.
God,
Well,
this could be a finals matchup here. I kind of like, just off the jump here, I kind of like Milwaukee to play spoiler +2.
I think they can. That's the Lakers obviously are deep, and I don't want to sound like a hater, but I just feel like when LeBron is off the floor, the team's a little different.
Yes.
He makes a world of difference for them, and you can, not to say when Giannis comes off the floor they don't lose anything, but they're just so friggin' deep, man. They come in at waves, and they can beat you from all over the place, and they just have amazing shooters, and they have a cohesion, and they're long. I don't know, man. They're just a very disruptive team, and I can just see them causing havoc for mostly anybody in the NBA.
Yeah, but you're forgetting one thing, man.
Okay.
The X factor.
Sure.
Waiters is here, and he's ready to fuck some people up.
Waiters. Is he bringing his gummies?
Yes, he is. He actually admitted it. He said, "I'm bringing the gummies, boys. I'm bringing the gummies."
They showed some clips I saw of him when he played with LeBron before in Cleveland, and there were a couple instances where he was open in the playoffs, and LeBron was just not throwing him the ball, and he's like over there, he's like, give me them. Getting all frustrated.
And then LeBron traded his ass to Miami or wherever.
He did. He absolutely he said take you and your gummies and get over to Miami. But it was pretty funny. I mean, it was just him standing in the corner like, throw me the ball. LeBron's like, I ain't giving you shit.
Yeah, LeBron and Waiters, like MJ and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, not really, but maybe. Well, listen, I mean, it's not the guy's talented. I mean, it's just another friggin' piece, another guy that you can throw out there, man. I mean, it's just he's probably a starter on some teams, and he's probably going to be buried on this team. So
sure,
it's just another piece.
Yeah, if you look, that's what the Clippers have done. They got. I was watching that game, and it reminded me they picked up Reggie Jackson and what's his name, Morris, and I'm like, golly, I was like, everybody on this team is no slouch. So
no,
I mean that Reggie Jackson pickup is very underrated because the guy is he's a good player. I mean, he's definitely a starter on most teams. So and he's coming off the bench like, hey, what's up, guys? And
that's cutting into even but guys like Landry Shamet, he hardly plays anymore.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was hurt.
No, he's not hurt. He's just, I guess there's just too many options right now, and they all kind of play a similar position.
Yeah. I
mean, I hated when the Sixers gave him up, and I'd love to have him back, but they don't have room for him. I mean, I think a fine time for him in the playoffs. Obviously, he's a valuable piece. He can really shoot the threes. He's a nice defender, but I mean, when you got everybody is all the talent that they do, and they all kind of play at a similar spot, it's tough to find minutes for everyone.
Yeah, no doubt. We want to talk about this. So, who you got? You got the Bucks, or you like the Lakers in this one?
It's -2, you say, right?
Yeah, Lakers -2 at home.
I'm assuming I don't have the injury report. I was trying to pull it up. I mean, if everybody's healthy,
let me look.
Kind of like the Bucks, man.
Yeah, I do too. The public's on the Lakers right now. Anthony Davis is probable. George Hill is questionable. Alex Caruso is probable. So, and Kyle Korver is now active. It looks like everybody's healthy except for some dude named DJ Wilson.
Oh, okay, yeah. Young kid. I mean, obviously, you can make arguments from both sides. I mean, would it shock me at all if the Lakers win this game? Certainly not. But there's something about this Bucks team, man. They seem like they're on a mission, and they do it from bench pieces to starters. They don't take their foot off the gas, and I just think they can cause some problems for the Lakers tonight.
Yeah, it's rare when you can get a fully healthy Bucks squad, and you get plus money and also getting points. So I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks, and at least on this initial lean, we obviously got to look into it a little more before I make it any type of an official play. But let's talk about this. You want to talk about that one game here, the Pelicans. Miami
yeah,
Heat taking on the Pelicans. I was led to believe the Pelicans had an easy schedule, but every time I look up, they're playing a pretty good team.
Yeah, they are supposed to have a pretty easy schedule, I guess, relative to everything else. I mean, yeah, it's not an easy matchup tonight.
No, and then they just played the Mavericks, and they just played the Lakers. Like, literally, they said, hey, Pelicans have the easiest schedule, and every time I look up, they're playing a playoff team. And, yeah, it looks like Pelicans -2 to Miami. What do you think, man? I mean, -2 to Miami I think Miami would have been, well, I guess it's because New Orleans is at home. Is probably what the books are thinking.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's showing a lot of respect to New Orleans, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's kind of deserved. They've been playing really, really well, and there's another team like Lonzo Ball's playing out of his mind. Guy changed his shot. He's assisting everybody. There's between Drew Holiday and Zion and Brandon Ingram and Lonzo figured it out. Just if you go down the whole entire list, they had guys that can beat you all over the place.
Yeah.
They just don't play a lot of defense, so that's where it gets a little bit sticky for me. I mean, if Miami implements that zone or whatever, it can slow down the Pelicans just a little bit. That to me favors them. But if the Pelicans get out and run and move and can put up points like they normally do, I think that favors the Pelicans.
Yeah, I agree. The Miami Heat are one of the most frustrating teams, at least as of recently. Every time I seem to be on them, they melt down in some way or another. Hell, just this last game, they were covering the spread with like 2 minutes to go, and they only end up winning the game by 3 points. They blew
right.
a 20-point lead to Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a bad loss for them, man. That could come back and haunt them because they need them all. But
they lost they lost the spread to the Timberwolves after being up by like double digits. Anyway, either way,
yeah, right.
The Pelicans. I mean, they can put the ball in the hoop. They're on a 3-game loser right now.
Yeah, it almost doesn't feel like that. They are, and it seems like they're playing better than they have been. I actually did not even realize they lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it's because they're not playing the easiest freaking schedule in the league. I don't know who's telling these lies. But they're not.
Yeah, this one certainly doesn't fall in that category either. I don't know. I mean, one trend that could be interesting is looks like in 8 out of the last 9 games, Miami has gone over, and it looks like in 8 out of 11, the Pelicans have gone over. So maybe something to look into.
Yeah.
Early lead for me though is the Pelicans. I just feel like they're going to come out and be ready for this game, but can't argue against Miami if anybody went that direction because obviously they're strong too.
Yeah, I agree with you. Miami I don't know if they're not focused or I don't know what it is. Or maybe they got somebody in the locker room like, man, do not cover tonight. Maybe that's what it is. So, yeah, but I'll lean the Pels. The Pels are fun to watch, man. I think they're probably the most fun team to watch other than the small ball Lakers, the Rockets. But when the Rockets get blown out, they're not much fun to watch. But give me the Pels +2 here or -2. So
agreed. I would agree with that.
Early public is on 50 on the Pelicans 57%. So
okay,
guys, let us know in the comments. What do you like these? Well, actually, don't let us know in the comments. Y'all don't ever comment on it when we tell you the comments. So screw you guys. Don't let us know, and see if that changes things up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm always curious what you guys think, but those were the games I had most intrigued. I mean, there's 10 NBA games tonight, so it's a large slate. Certainly, to start going through them, seeing if we can find any more hidden gems. Another team that's kind of young, up and coming. I enjoy watching is the Timberwolves. They're playing Orlando tonight. 234.5 over under. I don't know.
I tell you what, the Magic team has switched things up.
Yeah,
they stopped becoming the better, good defensive team, and now they've really tried to open up their offense a little bit. So I mean, Orlando Magic overs, there might be some good value there.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking. I mean, its total's a little high, but I could see it. I mean, they got some scoring punch too. Minnesota they don't really play any defense. They're just trying to outscore you, especially without Karl Anthony Towns in the lineup. But they've been playing very well since the trade deadline.
Yeah, listen, look at this, dude. So, since Orlando decided to not tell anybody that they were going to change up their mentality here, they've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row over.
Oh, wow.
And nobody's talking about it. And they're just not going over. They're just going way over. So, I mean, now this line is – the lines are creeping up now. The Vegas is catching up to them. But, I mean, this is a total they can both get to as well if Orlando continues down this path of just playing wide open offense. So –
yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, if you look at some of their previous games, they had scores of 130, 136, 113. I mean, they're getting quite a bit over 100. So, yeah, wow. That's actually something didn't even really take notice to, but you're right. I'm very right about that.
Yeah, and actually they are 11 to the over. To 11-1-1 their last 13 games. If all you did was bet overs the last 13 games for Orlando, you'd be like Parlay Pats, man. You'd be rich.
Somebody sending Evan Fournier messages telling him if he doesn't hit 25 points, we're going to come out of his family and shit. I mean, it's just terrible.
Evan Fournier's like, come on, man.
But yeah,
I was like, I'm almost bald. Why would you even come after me, man?
yeah. Well, him and Caruso got the 2 worst hairlines in the league, maybe outside of LeBron. I think they're like top 3. But,
yeah. Well, you see what millions of dollars will do to your hairline. LeBron's actually got his worked. You know who's got the worst hairline? Shaq.
Oh well, that bet was pretty hilarious. If you haven't seen that, that is great.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade and him made a bet, and the bet was, I forget exactly what the bet was for, but he lost. So he asked him what he wanted him to do. Did he want him to pay him? And he's like, "No, I want you to grow in your hairline." So it's just hilarious. You have to see it. I mean, it's all over the place.
All right, man. You want to get on out of here?
Sure. Yeah. Hopefully, we get some good games tonight, and guys in the group will be in there shortly going over some things, and we'll have some plays for y'all later. And
I'm sure we'll have some tennis plays. We'll probably have a EuroLeague basketball game. We'll probably have midget wrestling. Somebody's breaking down something in there. Somebody's in the lab. Somebody's in the kitchen cooking.
That's right.
We'll be able to get it out there, guys. The link is in the description. It's free. If you made it this far, you're already a fan. Come on in here and just enjoy the group. There's no pressure to buy premium plays ever.
Right.
It's a lot of fun, man. We have almost 850 people in there now. So we're growing, man. We are growing. Come join the community, like-minded individuals where we're cashing and breaking the fuck. We're getting that sweet cash and breaking that bookie's ass.
You just need to write it down and post it to your computer, because you can't possibly flub that up 4 or 5 consecutive days in a row. It's just ridiculous. The over-under on you fucking that up is 4.5. I
didn't mess it up yesterday, man.
You didn't? I don't know. I'm going to go back and review the tape. I think you're lying.
Yeah, I do it. Anyway, guys. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, obviously, this is a little new for us, the way we're switching this up. So if there's any feedback or content that you're looking for, or anything you want us to talk about, please let us know. We're open for that. Because we just want to make it as enjoyable an experience as possible.
I will say this is more. I enjoy this more than the breakdowns. I mean, not that I don't not like the breakdowns, but it's just more free flowing. I mean, this is, I gotta let my hair down sometimes,
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. But in all seriousness, I'd love to know what you guys think, and appreciate you watching us, and feel free to come into the the chat, and like you said, it's free and no pressure. Just come on in and have yourself a good time.
That's right. All right. On that note, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Good luck to you. Good luck to me. Good luck to everybody. And we'll see you. Are we gonna do this tomorrow, or what are we doing?
We could.
Okay. Well, we'll let you. If we're here tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow.
Have
a good Friday, everybody.
See ya.